ICM 135th Halftrack ambulance, hairspray chipping. Hi everyone, welcome back to the channel. And if you're new here, it's good to have you with us. Hope you enjoy this video. Please don't forget to give it a like and subscribe if you haven't already done so. Right, so this is where we left it. I have base coated it in a white primer. It's come out really well. Now, I've been a bit brave in this video. I've taken some risks, because if you don't take risks, then what's the point? You've always got to challenge yourself when building models. I wasn't happy with the colour schemes in the instructions. So I went online and I found a colour schema on a Italy kit of the same vehicle that I really like the look of. So I thought that I'd give that a try. So this is first coat going down, which is just a Panzer Gray. Give it a nice covering all over. This is the AK 3rd generation acrylic. Now the scheme I've chosen was, it was obviously a Halftrack that was painted in Panzer Gray originally, and then reused in the desert. So it was painted in desert yellow over the top, and then where the markings were, the paint had been scraped off to reveal the red crosses on the white background. As I say, it's really risky, because you'll see as we get further into it. Top of the Halftrack was painted in exactly the same way, with the Dunkel Grau German Grey from AK 3rd Gen. Nice, good covering. You've got to have a really strong base layer with this process. So that's the grey done. I had a bit of paint left in the airbrush, so I just added a drop of white and just did a couple of highlights. I don't think it's going to be seen, to be honest with you, but I couldn't help myself. Okay, so now we move on to the decals. So ICM decals are really nice. They're quite strong and robust. And really good colours on them as well, so which is really important when you've got a red and a white going onto your model. So this is micro set, just going down, just to aid with the sticking, and while the decals soaking on the paper. I don't leave it to soak in the water, because I feel that removes some of the glue, so I just leave it, I get it wet, and then let it just rest on the paper towel. Sometimes I feel it's not wet enough, I put it back, but I don't leave it for the decals to float off the carrier paper. So as soon as I can get the decals to move, I'm ready to go. Still not quite there. And the whole time I'm testing it with my fingers and just seeing if it will move. So there you go. Now this front red cross is in two halves because it aligns with the two doors on the bonnet. So it's really important to get them lined up and in the right place so they match seamlessly, although it has got a seam down the middle. So that's the first one done, and then the second one, just need to align it and make sure it makes a nice bolt across. So the second one's easier actually. There you go. You just work it down, and then I come in with a cotton bud and just roll it down and dry off all the excess water from underneath it. That gives it a really good bond to the model. Once I've done all the decals, I'll come in with micro sol, which is like a dissolving solution that gets the decals sunk right down into any details. And there we go. That's the model all decaled up. I think they look really good, nice and bright. Yeah. Okay, once the decal's all dry and the microsol's done its job, and to be honest with you, I only left it a couple of hours, we move on to the hairspray. And normally I wouldn't do this on my desk because it makes everything smell like hairdressers, but I'm just using Co-op's finest for those of us in the UK. Extra firm hairspray with a long lasting hold and a microfine spray, suitable for all hair types, and especially good for tanks. So I've given it quite a generous coating. I need it to come off in quite big chips, and here we go. Here's the scary bit. And yeah, it's time to paint the whole model in desert yellow. I actually used Middle Stone by AK 3rd Gen, which is slightly darker than Dunkelgelb. And I had to go quite heavy on it to get it to cover the Panzer Gray. And so that's all my hard work going. So there you go, now we have a desert half-track. It's come out really well actually, it's a really nice colour. I've left it grey underneath because I felt that they wouldn't necessarily paint behind the wheels and underneath. So there you go, now comes the scary bit. This bit will either make this video or it won't. Let's see what happens. So I'm just dabbing some water on the bit that I want to take the paint off, and then just giving it a gentle rub. I'm using quite a soft brush. Just let that soak in for a bit. Okay, let's see what's happened. Thankfully, it might have just worked. Some really nice red showing through. Now it's important all the flakes that come off that you remove them, and as soon as you're happy with it, dry it with a paper towel to stop the process. Now I think this might just work. Now I concentrated on where I placed the decals, but I also did some general wear and tear as well. So all the edges of the doors, all the raised parts. It's quite an angular tank, so I did all the corners and the roundabout guards and the lights. Just worked my way around, and this was literally immediately after I finished painting, so the paint hadn't had a chance to cure. I think it worked particularly well on the clamp holding the axe down. It makes really nice, realistic, worn effects, as if the paint's chipped off from people repeatedly putting the axe back in its holder. So there you go, I think that worked really well. We've got a nice worn vehicle, and all the decals are clear, paint free, and it really gives the impression that it was originally a grey tank, and it's now been repainted and used in the desert. I did feel though that some of the chips just could do with a bit more, so I used some camo black brown, and I just put a couple of drops of whole red in it just to brighten it a bit, and just went round on the larger chips and just made it look like it's gone all the way down to the metal. And then I'll come in with some rust effects probably in the next episode. So again, work my way around the tank, and just to give it an extra bit of wear. So there you go, probably one of the riskiest bits of model making I've done, but I think it's come out really nicely. Let me know down in the comments if you like taking risks, and if you think I pulled this off. So that's it for this part. Hope you enjoyed it. If you did, make sure you give me a like, and subscribe so you don't miss the next episode. And I'll see you again soon. Thanks for watching. Bye.